Rimuru and Ultima goes to One Piece, Rimuru and Ultima x One Piece, by Veldanava-God. Chapter 43. The battle for Veldoria begins as dawn broke over the city of Tempest. An eerie silence hung over the capital. But in the shadows, a storm was brewing. Luffy, Law, Kylum, and their assembled forces of Straw Hat Pirates, Heart Pirates, and revolutionaries march with purpose through the misty streets. Kylum looked ahead at the towering walls and structures, his eyes filled with resolve. "This is it. Today, we take back what's ours," he declared, gripping the hilt of his sword tightly. Luffy flashed a confident grin. "You bet, Rimuru and Ultima don't stand a chance." Law, his face set in concentration, nodded. "We split up here. Remember, take down those control towers first, then meet us at the palace." They divided into 4 groups, each assigned with a crucial task. Zoro, Robin, Chopper, a handful of Law's crew, and some revolutionaries made up the first group. Sanji, Brook, Nami, Beppo, and another set of revolutionaries formed the second. Jinbei, Frankie, Usopp, and the remaining Heart Pirates and revolutionaries comprise the third group. Finally, Luffy, Law, and Kylum will be the fourth, heading straight for the palace where they expected to face Rimuru and Ultima themselves. Kylum took a deep breath, glancing at his allies. "Good luck, everyone. We'll meet again in victory." With a final nod, the groups decisively in different directions, determined to take down the authoritarian regime that had oppressed the people of Veldoria Island. Group 1. Encounter with Sylphira. Zoro led his group toward the first control tower, an imposing structure bristling with guards and defenses. As they approached, he changed at Robin. "You ready?" Robin smirked, already activating her Hana no Mi powers, always. As they reached the base of the tower, a sharp voice rang out from above. "Well, what do we have here?" From the shadows of the tower, a tall, graceful figure emerges, her icy blue eyes locked onto them with an unsettling calm. Sylphira, one of Rimuru and Ultima's elite generals, folded her arms, a cold smile on her face. "So, you've come to destroy the towers. Foolish move." She raised a hand, summoning a gust of wind that whipped around her, making her dark cape billow. Zoro grins, unsheathing his swords. "You think a little breeze is going to stop us?" Sylphira gasped. "You underestimate me, swordsman. I'll make sure none of you leave here alive." With that, she lunged forward, her speed blinding. Zoro barely had time to parry her first strike, his blades clashing against her long, slender sword. Robin spread her arms, and limbs sprouted from the ground around Sylphira, trying to hold her in place. But Sylphira moved gracefully, slipping through the attacks as if she were dancing. Chopper, in his heavy point form, charged toward her, aiming a powerful punch. "Take this." But Sylphira dodged with ease, a smirk on her face. "Is that all you've got?" Zoro gritted his teeth. "This isn't going to be easy." Group 2. Confronting Kalis. Meanwhile, Sanji's group was closing in on the second control tower. They moved quietly, sticking to the shadows to avoid detection. As they neared the structure, Beppo sniffed the air, his expression growing tense. "Sanji. Someone's waiting for us." Sanji exhaled a plume of smoke from his cigarette, his eyes narrowed. "Let them come. I'll kick anyone who stands in our way." The doors of the tower suddenly swung open, and a massive figure stepped out. Kalis, towering and muscular, with a great sword slung over his shoulder, smirked as he surveyed the group. His eyes settled on Sanji with a glint of amusement. "So, the Straw Hats and their allies have come to play," Kalis said, his voice deep and mocking. "I'll admit, I didn't expect you to be so bold." Brook laughed, unsheathing his sword. "Yo-ho-ho-ho. Boldness is our specialty." Sanji cracked his knuckles, stepping forward. "You're blocking our path. Move, or I'll make you." Kalis's grin widened. "You're welcome to try, Cook." In an instant, Sanji dashed forward, flames igniting around his leg. Diable Hambi. He swung a blazing kick toward Kalis, who blocked it with his massive sword, sparks flying from the impact. Kalis laughed, easily pushing Sanji back with his sheer strength. "You'll need more than that to take me down." Group 3. Facing Tessa. Horizon. The third group, led by Jinbei, made their way toward the last tower, but as they approached, Tessa. Horizon appeared in front of them, arms crossed and eyes glinting with mischief. "Well, look who we have here," she sneered. I already had the pleasure of meeting your leaders last night. But now it's my turn to show you what I can do. Usopp took a step back, gulping. She's the one who spied on us, right? That's not good. Frankie flexed his arms. Doesn't matter. We're here to tear down this tower, and she's just in our way. Jinbei stepped forward, his calm demeanor unwavering. We have no time for games. Stand aside. Tessa laughed, her observation haki alerting her to every move they made. Oh, I don't think so. Let's see if any of you can even land a hit. She moved with dizzying speed, evading Jinbei's strikes and slipping past Frankie's attempts to grab her. Usopp fired his pop green attacks, trying to throw her off balance, but she dodged each one, almost as if she could see them coming before they were even launched. You'll have to do better than that, Tessa taunted, disappearing and reappearing in the blink of an eye. Frankie growled. All right, you asked for it, coup de vent. He fired a powerful blast in her direction, but Tessa sidestepped, closing the distance and landing a swift kick to Frankie's side, sending him crashing into a wall. Jinbei clenched his fists, a steely determination in his eyes. We're not done yet. Group 4. The throne room. While the other groups battled their way through the control towers, Luffy, Law, and Kylum reached the grand entrance of the royal palace. The massive doors loomed before them, but something felt off. Where is everyone? Law muttered, his eyes scanning the empty halls. I thought they'd have guards here. Kylum frowned, his hand on his sword. Rimuru and Ultima must be waiting for us. They're confident enough to face us without protection. Luffy grinned. Good. I didn't come here to fight soldiers. I came here to take down the ones in charge. They moved through the empty corridors, the silence eerie and unsettling. Finally, they reached the throne room, the grand double doors creaking open as they stepped inside. Rimuru and Ultima were waiting, seated on their thrones with an air of calm superiority. Rimuru's golden eyes sparkled with amusement as he saw the three of them enter. So, you've finally arrived, Rimuru said, his voice smooth and confident. I was beginning to think you'd gotten lost. Ultima leaned forward, a cruel smile spreading across her face. I've been waiting for this. It's been too long since I've had a worthy opponent to torture. Luffy stepped forward, his expression fierce. I'm here to take you down. You've done enough harm to this place, and I'm going to stop you. Ultima chuckled. Oh, and who do you think you are, little pirate? Luffy's grin widened, his eyes blazing with determination. I'm Monkey D. Luffy, the man who's going to be king of the pirates. And I'm here to put an end to your reign. Rimuru raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. King of the pirates, you say? Bold claim. But we'll see if you have the strength to back it up. Law stepped forward, his gaze steely. This isn't just about your throne. Your oppression ends today. Kylum, standing beside them, drew his sword, his expression fierce. For my people, and for my family, I'll see you fall. Ultima clapped her hands, looking truly delighted. Finally, a challenge worth my time. Let's see if you three can entertain us. With that, the tension in the throne room rose to a breaking point. Luffy, Law, and Kylum prepared themselves, knowing that this battle would be unlike any they'd faced before. The battle finally started. Who's gonna win, Rimuru and Ultima, or Luffy and his allies?